Next, let's work a little bit on the styling. First, I want to go back to my HTML page, and I want to break up this form into a couple of groups using our field set tags. I'll add one right up here at the top, and we'll use it to group together the personal info of name and email. So I'll close off the field set after those two list items. We're going to want another grouping down below, so I'll copy that tag, and we'll create a second field set for the checkbox items. And I'll close that one off at the bottom too. With the field set in place, we can add legend tags to title each group. So that's what I'll do next. The first title will be Your Info. Close off that legend tag. And I'll copy it and paste it down below. And we can change the text for the legend title. This one will say, I'm interested in ... And that'll set up the header for the checkboxes. Next, we'll set up some styles for our form, and I'll do that over in our CSS style sheet. We'll open that right on up in our text application, and we'll just add in a few different style rules. I'll go down below where we set up our text. And first, I'd like to add a rule for the field set. So let's set up a selector for that tag. We'll add in our tag name and our braces. And for the first rule, I'd like to remove the border that's normally there. So I'll just use the border property, and we'll set that to none. I'd also like to add a little bit of space to each field set, so I'm going to add in a margin property. And we'll set the top and bottom margins to 5 pixels and set the left and right margins to 0. Next, I'd like to get rid of this typical bullet that we see at the beginning of our list items. But I don't want this style to be used on every list item, so let's go and make a style rule. And for the selector, I'll use a compound selector. We'll start off with the form tag, and then we'll add the li tag. And that way, this will only apply to list items inside of form elements. We'll add our braces. And to remove the bullet, I'll use the list style property. And we'll set that to none. And that will remove any graphics associated with the list. I also want to spread things out a little bit, so I'm going to add a general margin property. And we'll use the shorthand to add an 8-pixel margin all around. Finally, I want the text in the legend tags to appear a little bit bolder, and we'll use the medium blue color to match the style of the site. I'll just add in a selector for the legend tag. We'll add in our braces, and then set up our style rule. First of all, I'll use a font weight property. And we'll just set that to bold. And then I can scroll up here to the top and grab the medium blue color. I'll just copy that. And we can go back down to our style rule. And we'll add in a color property to change the color of the text. And paste in our medium blue color. Now let's save our changes, and we'll see how the page looks. Now our form's a lot cleaner, there's more space inside of it so it's easier to read, and it still works like it did before. The last thing I want to take care of is we should add our Contact Us page into the main menu that we've been working with. Well, this is another good thing about using list items to break these elements apart and control the blocks. All I need to do is add another list item here at the end. So let's go back to our HTML page. I'll scroll up to the top where our list is. And I'll just copy the last item for Pier 39, and we'll use that to make a link for our Contact Us page. I'll first change the href address to contact.html, and then I'll change the label to contact. I'm going to save those changes, and I'm going to copy this list item because we actually want this on all of our other pages. For testing, I'll just put it on the home page for now so we can see how it works. I'll go back down to my work folder and we'll just open up the index page. We'll go into our list and paste our contact item at the bottom. And of course, we'll save our changes. And then I'll go back out and test the web page in the browser. We'll just double click to open up our index page. Here we can see our new contact menu item up here at the top. When I click, I go right into the page. And of course, to finish out the lab, we'll want to add that contact element to each one of our other pages so that it appears consistent, including the template page that we made.